This is the walk to Emmaus in 90 seconds. So Luke 24 is another great Eucharistic chapter that we have. And for context, this is Easter Sunday, right after Mary Magdalene saw that the tomb was empty. And so here you have a couple, two disciples of Jesus walking from Jerusalem to Emmaus. And they're like, oh no, I thought Jesus was the Messiah. And this is hilarious. Jesus appears to them, but they don't recognize him. And Jesus is like, what's up? And they're like, are you the only one who doesn't know what's going on? Little do they know he's the only one that knows what's going on. They're like, I thought Jesus was going to be the Messiah. And then Jesus is like, you foolish men, listen up. And then walking from Moses through the prophets, he interprets scripture for them and unveils who he is, and their hearts start growing on fire, but they don't recognize him just yet. And so they constrain him, but they want him to stay because their hearts have never been on fire, hearing the scriptures come alive like this. And then he takes bread, breaks it, blesses, and gives it to them. The same verb is used during the Last Supper and throughout all of the Gospels. And then their eyes finally open and they recognize him. And here's where it gets interesting. If we keep reading, we'll miss it. It says that he vanished out of their sight. Why did he vanish out of their sight? Because they had just received him in the Eucharist. There's no reason for him to be there when they had just received him in the Eucharist. What I love about this passage is that it's scripture that makes our hearts on fire, but it's the Eucharist that seals the deal. It is the Eucharist that opens our eyes to who Jesus is. And then think about it this way. This is a complete rewinding, undoing of Adam and Eve. Think about it. Whereas in the garden, you have a couple who eats of the fruit of the tree, and then their eyes are open to sin and shame, and they walk east of Eden. Here you have a couple walking west from Jerusalem to Emmaus is west, and they eat the fruit of the new tree, and their eyes are open to new life, to Jesus himself. It is a complete rewinding, undoing of Adam and Eve. It is the Eucharist that seals the deal, that opens our eyes.